Hi hikers, I made it through the night. Actually the shelter's back there. I camped right here in this nice flat spot. The sun is out this morning, as you can see. Grateful for that. I think it got down into the low 20s last night. I was actually really warm in I have a 10-degree sleeping quilt. I have a silk liner that probably adds, a couple degrees to that and definitely helps insulate. I put my rain jacket over my legs and, I slept in all my layers. I had that down hood that Jedi had purchased last year. I think that's a game changer because, a lot of heat escapes from your head. So when I was in bed, I was fine. I had to get out and go to the bathroom, TMI. But when it's really cold, I had to get out a few times. That was a little daunting. It was a gorgeous night. There was a full moon. It was so bright. The sky was so clear. It barely even got dark. I felt like I was in Alaska or something when it's light for 24 hours. I think it's going to be the same case tonight. I am going to get moving here. It's very late. It's like almost 10 o'clock, but I only have about 8 miles to the summit of Springer. And I will try and check in as I go, but honestly, the wind is cold. My hands are freezing. I don't know how much I'm going to get the phone out. So at the very least, I'm going to see you at the summit of Springer Mountain. I can't believe it. It's summit day! Woohoo! I'll see you guys there. I can't believe it. Yay! Unbelievable. It feels like a dream. So I'm going to get walking to get warm. That will be a dream as well. I'll see you guys further down the trail. All right, see behind me the vehicle with the red cross that was way back on the trail. I was walking and saw that and I was like, what the hell? Was there some kind of an accident or I just didn't know what that was. And then I totally forgot until the nice gentleman talked to me. I said, hey, is everything okay? He said, yeah, we're just rangers, and I forgot there's an Army Ranger station around in these woods. I actually heard them, automatic weapons, last night, and someone had given me the heads up. So all is well. They are just doing their thing, and I think that's part of their training ground. Army Rangers, you are badass. All right. Well, crisis averted. I saw a guy coming down with a box. I'm like, oh my God, please don't let it be body parts or something. See that white, I can't really tell, canopy over in the woods. I bet it's one of those ranger stations. They probably have a flare going and some breakfast. I should have tried to yogi some coffee from them. The trail is so kind. This is like walking in a county park at home. Trail confession, now that my hike is nearing completion. I thought this is what most of the trail would feel like. I had no idea. I mean, I had seen pictures of the rocks. I knew about Rocksylvania. I knew about the boulders up north, but I'm like, most of the trail be like this, just like walking at home. Yeah, no. So when I do see it, stretches of Virginia, and honestly most of the trail in Georgia, it is so nice, and it's a great way to end this journey. My body is grateful for the easier trail, and I am grateful for the sunshine today. It's a cold one. I figured I'd just chat with some random thoughts as I'm nearing the completion of the Appalachian Trail here. I, like many people that complete this, I'm not really sure what is going to come next for me in terms of, I don't know, pick a topic. Career, home life, fitness routine, will I be able to run again? I mean, so many questions. Do I want to run anymore? Lots of things to ponder. lots of things to process about this journey itself. And I've talked about this pretty much my whole hike with other hikers, past and present. And one of my intentions that I am setting forth, and I'm going to write it down, is regardless of what comes, I know I will have the comforts of home. I am fortunate in that I have a home to go to. It's warm and dry and has running water and groceries and all the conveniences that you don't have out here. There are so many simple things that I don't want to forget when I'm back in the world of electricity and running water and sleeping inside in a warm bed. One of those things is an appreciation for the sun. It sounds super hokey, but I am going to tell you, when you are like freezing as I was this morning, and you see that sun come up, you just know that it's going to be warmer. And my body clock is kind of set with the sun. Today was one of the few days on trail I didn't have an alarm set. And I'm outside. I mean, usually when I'm on a 0 day, I don't set an alarm, and my body usually wakes up, around 6:30 or something. And I was awake at 5:30, 6 o'clock, but I dozed back off. And I woke up at almost 8 o'clock because that's when the sun had come around to hit my tent. And I don't know. It's just nice to be in tune with the sun. And last night I was camping alone at the shelter area, and the moon, it was a full moon. It was so bright. The sky was clear and it barely even got dark. And I was grateful for that. I just don't want to lose that. And I know when I go back into the world of artificial lighting and indoor conveniences, it's going to be a struggle to remember that feeling. It's just one of many that I want to hold on to. Another feeling that I want to hold on to is, it's happened a few times as I go into town or after a few hard days on the trail, especially if you're wet and cold. And one instance comes to mind, specifically up in Monson, Maine, when I went into Shaw's Hiker Hostel. It was cold and rainy, but I'd had a short hike that morning, like 9-ish miles. But I had to stand still for a while at the end, and I was hitching a ride, so I got really cold. And thankfully got a ride to the hostel from a wonderful camper. He gave me a cold drink, and it was only a mile to the hostel. And I got in that hostel, and they give you a free soda or beer, your choice. I'll let you guess which one I chose. And I got in that shower, the hot water, and there was hardly anyone there. I got there early in the day. So I took my time in that hot, steamy shower with a cold beer and put on loner clothes like cozy sweatpants and a sweatshirt and warm, dry socks. And I got out of that shower and I'm like, I never want to lose that feeling. I want to remember the feeling of just that relief, gratitude, coziness, happiness brought about by some hot water. I have some friends that have completed their hike and been back at real life, and they warned me that it's a slow fade. You start out with like, oh, I'm never gonna forget this, I'm never gonna forget that, and it's a slow fade back into old routines. And I really want to find a way to not have that happen. I know it won't be as intense and front of mind as it is right now when I'm actually living it. But this journey will always be with me, and I just want to bring that to the forefront of my mind when I am back in what I call the Matrix world. Is it the real world? I'm not sure. It's a different world, and it's where I spend most of my time. Out here, one of the terms is the Matrix, which makes me smile. All right, that's my thought for this hill I'm climbing. Hey y'all, I am about 3 miles from the summit and a very nice gradual uphill here. It's a pretty day. You can see the sky. It is cold. It's in the 30s, so it's wonderful for hiking, but once that sun goes behind the mountain later, whew, it's gonna be chilly. I just met the most fun group of people, locals, with a bunch of friendly dogs. That the one woman's like, oh, they asked if I was finishing my through hike. Oh, they were like high-fiving me. It was so sweet. One lady says, I have one piece left of apricot brandy pound cake. Would you like it? I'm like, yeah. And so she got that out for me. And one gentleman gave me a banana and 2 oranges and some Pepperidge Farm cookies, Nutri-Grain bars. Man, they loaded me up. And I'm going to get eating that stuff. The fruit especially is a treat. I haven't had fresh fruit in a while. About 0.5 from the shelter, maybe less. One last dose of rocks. Just as a reminder of what we're dealing with here. The AT does things her own way. These are not bad compared to everything else I've been through, and I'll be at the top shortly. I made it to my last shelter. Here at Springer Mountain Shelter, and I'm gonna go check out the water situation, and if there's water here, set up my camp and then go the 0.2 to the summit and then come back. I made it to camp. Still feel like I'm winning every day I do it. Oh my gosh, today's an extra special win. But I'm trying to beat the sun. Going behind the mountains, it's going to be really cold when that happens. So I'm hoping there's water here, or else I got another couple miles to another shelter, but I don't want to have to go there. I should have carried some. There was a stream a ways back, but we'll see. My last water source is that puddle with leaves. I mean, this is a spring, but as you can see, it's barely dripping. Yeah, so that's why I always bring my cook pot, and I had to scoop water into there, and I will filter that. Hey, I've seen worse. I'll take it. I set up camp, got water. Man, that was slim pickings on the water, but I made it work. And set up my tent and put my food bag in the bear box, and I have a skinny pack because I wanted to take my pack with me to the summit. It's 0.2 beyond the shelter. Realistically, I could have just summited tomorrow morning. However, I feel like I want to do it now. It's only 0.2 back to camp. I'll be able to go past it again tomorrow. In the morning when I'm on my way to the approach trail to meet my husband. I can't wait to see him tomorrow. This summit is a lot less, I guess, dramatic than Katahdin, which is dramatic in its own right. much less when I walked 1,300 miles to get to it. But this finish, this is special. Okay. It's so funny. It's just a plaque on a rock. And I'm so afraid I'm going to miss it. I'm like, I see a rock. Is that it? Here's a rock. This isn't it. Oh my God, it is. Oh my God, you guys, it's the last white blaze. There it is. All right, I'm going to go have a moment. Hiker. I did it. Oh God, this hat keeps slipping. Sorry.